Atlan Web Radio presents Cosmic Revelation, Pages of an Ancient Past, presented by Rodrigo Freitas and Val Ellam.
Hello, this is Rodrigo, and we are now beginning our program called Cosmic Revelation. Here, besides me, there is Val Ellam.
Hello, everybody.
And in the last program, we were talking about the creation of cloned angels, right? As a result of Jehovah or Brahma trying to keep his body together, trying to rebuild himself after he fell into its own creation. So, if you can, I would like to ask you how did Shiva and Vishnu, how did they enter in the universe? Because in the beginning there was only Brahma or Jehovah. And then the cloned angels started to appear, but they weren't free. They did not have freedom of mind. They were just an extension of Brahma's will. Let me put it this way. So how did Shiva and Vishnu entered in the universe?
Brahma, as we said in the last program, before being Brahma, he was Prabrajana in his Adhyatman expression, in his Adhyatman form. Until now, when you look at the Hindu mythology, we may find some discussions about Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu, about two issues. The first one, which one of them really created the universe? And the second one, which one of them controls the universe? Many histories in the Puranas, Upanishads, and other Hindu books show exactly this kind of problem between the three Hindu gods. And it looks like that both of them lost their memories in their Adhyatman forms. But as we have Brahma in the past before the creation called Prabrajana, we may understand Vishnu in the past before this creation called as Mahatma, and we may have Shiva as Sattva. Yeah. When Prabrajana fell down, his family, let's talk using these concepts, his family was in shock. Never happened something like that. A creator stuck by his creation.
Yeah. So it was the first time in the history,
The
in
eternity,
the eternity, that
something.
something like this, the Creator
Yeah,
got stopped in his own creation.
yeah. So they like, watch what was happening with his brother or sister. I don't know how can I say, because in the Adiatman expressions there is no use for masculine, for female, man, women. Is not like that. So Shiva, in other words, Sattva and Mahatma, during millions of years, watch it from there,
From outside,
from outside, Brahma trying to survive anyway, and they decided to come in to help Brahma. Brahma says that they came in because they jumped into his creation, because they do not agree with Brahma's idea, but it's only one of the histories that we have about this strange situation. But 5 or 6 million years later, when Brahma has already created in
quotes.
quotes, the beings that we call cloned angels. So Sattva decided to jump in this creation, because when he assumed a body of a cloned angel, he was assuming to himself the sickness of Brahma. And his plan was, being sick, to understanding or to know that kind of sickness in his own body, in his own Adidaiva form, to see if he works like a doctor to discover a cure to himself. If he can do this, he will help Brahma. He can help Brahma.
So what you are saying is that Brahma created the universe before. It was called Prabrajna. He created this universe, and then from this moment until 5 or 6 million years after,
100
million years after, his previous family, let's call it family, right?
Yeah.
But the members that lived with Prajapati before the creation, they were in shock.
Yeah.
And Shiva was the first one that
to
jump, that decided, I'm going to jump inside this creation to
assume
one
his sickness,
to experience his sickness, and then try to find a way to cure himself and Brahma, right?
And the way to cure himself and Brahma was modifying his DNA.
That's another concept that we have. to this. There was only one kind of DNA, let's call it DNA, right? Any DNA was originated from Brahma,
Yeah.
right? So
Today we have a biological DNA, but at that time it was completely different. It was not a biological DNA. It was a mental and electromagnetical kind of DNA. But
in another program
yeah,
we try.
we
Yeah.
try to talk about it. So Shiva jumped and was in the situation that we he thought that he had to stop at that time this kind of creation.
The cloned angels creation.
The Brahma creation clone angel. So it's written in some uh, tales outside this universe that this cloned angel that would call in future Shiva, he tried to kill Brahma, but he understood that he doesn't have enough power to do that. So the second option was to wake up the cloned angels to make a kind of revolution, but it was impossible because the cloned angels DNA was in 99% depending on
Brahma.
Brahma's mind. So he had only the option to using his power to affect Brahma in a way that he had to stop to create more cloned angels because that the problem was horrible at that time, has was already horrible at that time. So he affected Hama. Hama, Brahma spent 300 million years rebuilding himself because of the power of Shiva. And during this period, he created a way to punish the clone angel, and he did that. And as we said before, at this time, the clone angel, when lost his body, his mind get free, and Shiva start to live as Shiva. So Brahma had to accept, for his own surprise and fear, that he was not anymore the only one who has power or who had power to do many things. Now he had to divide the control, the universe control, the creation control with Shiva. And now we have another part, another page in our history, because cloned angels didn't multiply themselves, but demons, using his free mind, they began to multiply themselves in a kind of reproduction completely crazy if we compare to everything we know in our days. But they did. And 1 billion late
Years later,
years later, Vishnu, or in other words, Mahatma, jumped and assumed a body that came from Brahma DNA but Shiva DNA too. And what was the problem? Because the Brahma DNA and Shiva DNA had, as still have until now, when we trust in anybody, it's very good. But if I do not trust in anybody, I am a person that has no friends. So, in those DNAs, Brahma, Shiva, cloned angels, and demons that exist until
that time.
the time, there was no friends. There were no friends.
Nobody trusted.
Nobody trusted
Nobody.
anybody.
Yeah.
So, Vishnu, that was known in Greek mythology as Eros,
Eros in Portuguese.
Eros in Portuguese, yeah. When he appeared for the first time, because we have to understand that demons, they are not, they do not have, they simply appear. They, in the biological means, we have a woman that became pregnant, so his son comes to life. First, he has the childhood.
Yeah.
Later, the younger days, then become an adult. But with demons, they already appear ready to exist in adult form.
Okay.
So, when Eros, or Kama in the Hindu mythology, appeared, everybody that looked at him felt something strange. They wanted to be near him. Everybody wanted to trust him. So, Vishnu was the one who changed everything in the way cloned angels, demons, Brahma, Shiva, and now Vishnu
Live.
It was a kind of division of time, division of histories, division of pages.
Before Vishnu and after Vishnu.
Yeah, as we have before Christ and after Christ, Vishnu at that time was the one
Okay.
to do that. And now, Brahma, that has the power at the beginning of the facts, he already divided the power with Shiva, and now Shiva and Brahma look at Vishnu and said, wow, he is one that has power as big as ours, or bigger than ours. So they had to divide the power with Vishnu. In many of mythologies, we can find this situation: three gods controlling universe life, creation life, three gods fighting for more control or for the title of creator of everything. It's so strange that in our days, when John's Gospel in the Bible begins, it said, in the beginning there was a God, and the verb was near God. And without the verb, nothing that God done could be done. So the Bible God is Jehovah or Brahma, but Jesus is an expression, not the Asian expression of vision. So
The
even
verb.
in the verb. So even in modern times, comparing to these days, even these modern times, the fight between Vishnu and Brahma for more power, it continues. But let's go back
Yeah.
to the days that Vishnu appeared. Now we have three gods. And at that time, it appeared for the first time a kind of government that in the Hindu mythology we call Lila. I don't know if this name, the Sanskrit name in English, has its pronounce, but Lila, and if I spell, I'll have to say Lila. I'll have to call Lila because I don't know how can I say this in English. I think there is no way to do it. So Lila became the form, the way these three gods coexisted.
It's like a game they play among themselves.
What are the problems of these three gods? They even the fight, but they cannot win. They are immortals.
They cannot kill each other.
They not kill each other. They tried to do that in the past. So, as if they not kill each other, the only thing that they can do is to, I don't know what the exactly word I may use in English, is to win,
It's to trick,
yeah, making tricks,
to trick each other,
to
right?
trick each other. So, in the mythologies, began to appear many strange histories about these three gods trying to trick
One another.
one
Yeah.
another until now.
Yeah, it looks pathetic, right?
It's completely pathetic.
It's like children behaving, trying to win a stupid game.
But what is the problem? They really controls the force, the powers that created these two universes, that create this creation. But how? Before the creation comes to life. In Sanskrit descriptions, we have three kinds of power that created everything. Brahma, or Prabrajana, expressed his own energy, called in the Sanskrit description as Rajas. Vishnu expressed his own power, called Sattva. And Sattva, Shiva expressed his own energy, called Tamas.
So Rajas, Tamas, and
Sattva.
Sattva repeats, right?
Yeah.
It's the same name.
It's almost the same name. Almost. Almost. Because in the Sanskrit language we have some accents that we put, and you change the phonetic and the
meaning
of the word.
Okay.
Here, as I'm saying, there will be no difference because I don't know exactly the phonetic expression that we may call Sattva as the energy of Vishnu, because the real name of Mahatma, of Prabrajana, and of Sattva was not this, as I'm saying. We may call Adishi Prabrajana, Adishi Mahatma, Adishi Sattva.
So you are just making it easier.
Yeah.
Simplifying.
Yeah. What is the problem? When the scientists, when our scientists today, they try to understand the universe and ask, what is our universe formed? So we find 4% that we can call all the things we see in the galaxies, planets, moons, stars, and
so on.
So everything we can see is only 4% of everything. But we have, as we call in the first program, Cosmic Revelation, the dark matter. Is a kind of matter that appeared to make everything material
together. Stay together.
Stay
right?
together to form the material world, the material dimension.
It's like a glue that
It's like a glue, yeah.
allows things to
Yeah.
the atoms to be together and
Yeah. So this kind of matter, dark matter, it is 23-24% of everything that exists. But all the rest, 73-74, it depends on the scientists, percent of everything that exists, they call dark energy. So, this is what they told me. At the beginning of the facts, when Prabrajana created a wrong thing, Mahatma looked at that and said it's wrong. Mahatma tried using his power that we call sattva to adjust the Raja's energy to make it
stick together.
Yeah. But Sattva looked at that and said,
it's not going
it's
to work.
not going to work. So he expressed his tamas energy to put an end in that creation. But when he saw Prabrajana falling down, he put his energy in little bits of
informations
in the way that at the beginning of the creation, the tamas energy was less than 1%, but now tamas is exactly what the scientist calls dark energy, that is 74% of everything. So our universe is expanding because of dark energy that is a face of Shiva's power.
Yeah.
What we call entropia. In Portuguese, in English, you may call, I think it's entropy.
Yeah, probably. I will search that later.
Yeah. Entropy is another face of tamas energy. So, because of that, when Prabrajana, Mavatim, and Sattva meet each other in their Adidaiva forms, they forget everything about it. But all of them was feeling as he was
the creator.
This is the problem. And this problem happens until now, until these days. I'm talking now not what I read in the mythology. I'm talking about what these entities tell me.
Yeah. We are approaching our end here. We are running out of time. We will, of course, continue in the next program to discuss this. It's unbelievable. It's hard to imagine such developed creatures, right? For 14 billion years, evolving, or not really evolving, because they are still working on the same problems. But we will continue this discussion in the next episode. Thank you very much for your time, and let's try to go a little deep in the next one.
Thank you very much. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye bye. See you on the next one.
You listened to Cosmic Revelation, Pages of an Ancient Past, presented by Rodrigo Freitas and Val Ellam.